This is the Less Than Perfect podcast. I am Francis Parker Stein.
I'm Rendan Lovell.
And we are talking about movies. Today we're talking about Send Help.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about everything we can remember. We saw it 2 days ago.
Yes.
And this was an epic. It was an epic movie.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I thought it was okay. This is a movie I think that really comes together at the end, but I think it takes too long to get to the end.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're going to be very different on this one.
How long was the movie in total? It was like 2 hours.
I think it's just around 2 hours.
Yeah, it was not that long. It was, it came together kind of like at a decent pace, I feel like it did a good job of like telling a story. Mm-hmm.
I think out of the 4 now that we've seen this year, this is probably second best to Bone Temple, but
that's what I said, yeah.
For me, it's not saying a whole lot. Because, like, when you're looking at, Mercy was bad, and Primate was okay. But when I look between something like Send Help and something like Primate, for example, that are very clearly horror, graphic, gross out movies at points, Send Help is trying a lot more, and I want more of Send Help rather than Primate. Because, like, Primate, you could put it on, you watch it, and you forget about it. Like, I don't remember anything about Primate. But Send Help, there's things that it's doing that I quite like. And like you said, I don't think it came together in a way that I completely loved. So a movie like this, for me, is both way more frustrating than a movie like Primate, but one I want more of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this you could go see Send Help and not have to watch Primate. This movie has more jump scares, more of story arc, more character arc than anything that we've seen. Mm-hmm. I think maybe including Bone Temple. Mm-hmm. As far as character arc, story, great. Anyway, we're talking about Send Help. I think it does a good job of telling a couple of different stories and bringing the characters together and how they affect change in each other. Mm-hmm. And the jump scares were more than in Primate. So, like, if you were like jump scares, if you want to see horror, like, this isn't. I wouldn't classify this horror, but like there is some disgust. There's a little bit of disgust in it.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. It actually works out pretty well.
Yes.
In giving it some humor to it. The vomit.
That was the best scene. Yeah. When she's throwing up on him, trying to save him and throwing up on him. That's like great. Classic Sam Raimi stuff. This movie, have you seen Drag Me to Hell?
No.
Okay, so that's another Sam Raimi movie, and it feels incredibly similar to this. Mm-hmm. It's about a lady who is at a bank job, and she wants an assistant manager job, but a new guy comes in and has more like bite to him. He makes the hard decisions, so it kind of forces her into a lane that she doesn't want to be in to make hard decisions to get a promotion. So the whole movie is about she does one thing that compromises her morals, and then she pays for it the entire movie. Mm-hmm. And that's almost what this does as well. Like that first 20 minutes I really, really loved, where she's this kind of woman who has a sweaters on all the time, these terrible glasses, her hair's all messed up, eating a disgusting tuna fish sandwich, and she just wants the promotion. But I think my biggest issue with the film at large is that when she gets on the plane, beyond that point, her motivation to me gets incredibly vague until the very end. Like, I didn't really know what or why she wanted what she wanted. Okay. Because I was like, yeah, like, Drag Me to Hell again, that's very clearly, she wants this promotion, she compromises her morals, and now she's paying for it. And she's trying to do everything she can to reverse it, but she can't. Sure. But this one's like, she doesn't compromise her morals. She goes to an island, and then she just kind of hangs out on the island for an hour.
I mean, maybe. I can see where you're coming from, but I would actually give her character the biggest arc of all.
Oh, ultimately, yes.
But what she does is she never loses sight of her vision. And what she actually is the most masterful manifester of everything. She what did she want to do? She wanted the promotion. That of most of all, she wanted the promotion, and she wanted also to be the next survivor. Yes. So she actually accomplishes both of these things in becoming the CEO or the master, or the puppet master over this guy. But also she gets to, okay, well, be careful what you wish for, because if you want to be the next survivor, maybe it might not be in the circumstances that you would expect, but you still manifest it somehow. So I think it's interesting how she comes into this actually from the very beginning. She gets passed over for the promotion and everything, and she just keeps her level head. She's like, I still believe in myself. I still believe in myself. I can still achieve what I want to achieve. And then it was until the airplane and the actual, the storyline came into place where she actually got to act as in that way. She's no longer the employee, the gross little employee. She got hot. They did that as a purpose as well. She got super hot really quick. Oh my God, what happened? Movie magic. It's like a princess. It's like, what was it? Anne Hathaway in that princess movie.
Yeah, right. Princess. No, not Princess Diaries. That's
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Thank you.
Princess Diaries.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I flipped them. You're right. You're right.
It's Princess Diaries.
Yes.
Anyway, but it was like that makeup moment. She was like, "Oh, this is a clear turning point in this character's arc."
Yes.
And in that way, did a good. I think there was a good job. She was the hero, became the anti-hero.
Yes.
Of the whole thing, and it was kind of clear but what was unclear is what she was going to do. I had no idea that was going to happen. I don't know if there's other source material that this is based on, but kind of threw me. I was like, she's eventually gonna save him, and it's gonna no.
She kills everybody basically to get what she wants. It's a very clear corporate ladder-esque movie. The whole, even the island itself is a microcosm for, corporate world. Like, you have the boss, you have the underling, and eventually roles will flip depending on what you do or don't do, right? So it's very clear in that regard, and the ending really brings it home. I loved the ending. The ending's fantastic. The middle chunk, the second act, it for me, I was incredibly bored for a large chunk of the movie. Like, there are some moments that are really fun. The boar hunting scene is really fun. You have the raft scene when he poisons her. There's fun moments, but the moments for me, I didn't feel like they had any weight to them. They kind of do in the raft scene where he poisons her, and I was like, but why?
You're right.
Why would he do that? I didn't understand his motivation. Why
would he need to do that instead of speaking up for himself? As isn't he the CEO? Should he not be speaking up for himself to make the raft?
Yeah. And it has that little moment where they go into the cave and they're huddling for body warmth, and then immediately after that you could see him off screen fiddling with something, and you're like, okay, he's up to something. But then again, my brain was just like, but why? We've already had 2 or 3 moments up until that point where he's done something, and then she has chastised him for it, and then it happens and it happens and it happens, and then he does something again, and I was like, it felt like or stoppy starty to me, because he's it makes sense at the first time when he's like, yeah, do what I want. I'm the boss. And she leaves him for a day and a half or however long. And she comes back and helps him. And then he gets all pissy again and goes to his own camp. A couple times, okay, I'm cool with that. And then that one, I was like, but we've already done this. We've already had him do this 3 times. Why is this happening again? And then we get the great moment where she's like, "I cut your balls off." That stuff's great. And I wanted more like that.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's trying to figure out what to do with this character of Dylan O'Brien, who is from start to finish this big man baby,
basically.
And so trying to find out what his character brings. Essentially, he's going back into a child state. So he's regressing. He's regressing. He's going essentially when they're plunged from the air in this airplane into the ocean.
It's like rebirth.
Yeah. So having to deal with that where now she's the mother figure, she's the giver of life, she's able to survive on her own. He is not. He's this infant baby that now she gets to create this narrative. I'm not ready to go yet. Mm-hmm. She wants in some way or another maybe she doesn't know that she's going to kill him. This is not premeditated. She even said, I didn't plan this. I didn't plan this. It just happened. So she's taking an opportunity to like act out her desires. And he is just kind of there as the passive element to it. In the second act, it's like him. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to escape it? Does he feel really trapped?
Yeah.
Does he feel safe because he's fed and now he's kind of accepting that? It's like he's fighting back and forth between this, I'm accepting my fate, or no, I need to get out of here. Something's wrong. And that's where a lot of us kind of are in our life.
Very much
actually.
So. Yes.
Of the accepting ourselves or moving on. Do we go through the challenge? Do I go with my gut instinct and my intuition, or do I succumb to what is comfortable?
Right.
And so I think, beyond the layer of, what is going on here? Like, we're trying to find meaning in something. We can kind of identify some of his desires. He just wants at this point to be, home, but he doesn't seem happy in his relationship. He also, like, I don't understand a whole lot of that dynamic where they bring his wife in, which makes kind of sense, but she comes in on this like taxi boat, just, I knew I found you by yourself. No one, it's just you two. And it's just like, kind of, I knew I'd find you here at the right. So it's kind of connecting the dots, and you're searching for buried treasure somewhere. So you're trying to find, well, maybe there's meaning here. maybe that's where I can get, but there's little nuggets of gold here and there that you can kind of pick out. And in the second act, I think it's maybe just that like the constant battle with oneself of do I trust myself or do I not?
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. The second act for me, again, I found it kind of boring, but I see what they're going for, because like the first act is the woman who's very, submissive, passive. I'm not going to do much. She butts her way into conversations to try to make friends. She's not very good at it. And then the second act is essentially, or what it really is trying to be, is pushing her into being what she becomes at the end, which is this cutthroat boss who's going to do anything to survive because, as she says, no one's coming for you. Like, if you want to make your own reality, you have to make your own reality, which is ultimately the point. Yes. And I loved that message. Yes. It's just that second act, when it's like it should be pushing her, it felt like it wasn't as much as I wanted it to. It felt like it was pushing Dylan O'Brien. It felt like it was pushing him to become a better person, but it doesn't do that either.
No, it's because it ultimately, and it doesn't fall short in doing that. I just don't think that that's what the point is. I think Dylan O'Brien's character, what's his name? Bradley. Mr. Bradley, is there to catalyze her.
Very much so.
And to turn her into this have this transformative evolution of her identity. And everything, so you see at the end, everything is like halfway through, she's getting brighter. She's got a tan. Yep. She's got salt in her hair, just making it all nice and voluminous.
Yeah, she's eating delicious sushi.
Yeah, it's like, so she goes from this tuna fish sandwich, this canned tuna fish sandwich. Even that, she's eating this beautiful yellow fin that she's caught, like somehow.
Yeah, somehow, some way. Yeah,
they don't go into that.
No, and I don't feel like you need to.
But she did find and then it kind of I think it comes together well.
Yes.
And I don't think storytelling these days is dead. I think there's great stories out there, and you can find good storytelling in anything. Was it the best movie of the year? No. Is it gonna, I don't know.
I think it could very easily become like a cult movie, like a movie with a ravenous group of fans that surround it. I think it very easily could be.
I feel like it could have a second and a third, maybe a trilogy aspect to it.
With her, is
yeah.
Name? Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think there's more to do with her character because she's already had this huge transformation. Imagine what she could do now.
True.
And then that follows up on the overall message that we've received from it, which is to, if you want to build something, build it yourself. No one's coming for you. And then once you've done it, like, what else could you be capable of? Right?
Yes, because that again, that's clearly the message, especially at the end, which has probably, as much as I've dogged on the movie, I think it has the best cut of a movie I've seen in a very long time. There's a moment when you find out that she's been kind of master manipulating him, as you said. There's a gigantic billionaire's house on the island, and Dylan O'Brien finds it, and she's already kind of gone through it, picked it clean a little bit. And so they have this little cat and mouse game, which I found really fun. And she corners him with a shotgun. He has a secret little horn behind his back, and she doesn't tell him, of course, that the gun's unloaded. Yeah. So she's just completely fronting at this point, which she wouldn't have done at the start, obviously. And then they have this whole back and forth, which is great. He's trying to manipulate her by being like, I'm in love with you. I know you love me too. And she's giving it right back. Yeah. And then
because she's like, you're trying to use my tactics
against me.
Yeah,
which is a great moment. And then you get this moment where he ends up on the ground and she has a golf club and she swings it at his head and it hard cuts to her hitting a golf ball. Yes. Literally and figuratively driving home the message, which I thought was brilliant. It was a stroke of brilliance and genius that I haven't seen from Sam Raimi in so long. It was great to see.
Yep. And he does a good job of making us hate Bradley.
Yes.
Completely
unredeemable.
Yeah, no, like not one part, even when he's given many chances. Yep. Nothing. So it's like totally divine justice there too with that golf swing too.
Oh yes.
And then it's a great place to stop. There could be more. Mm-hmm. I feel like I want to see more, like what happens next. But it's also a great place to stop.
Yeah, you can envision her going and doing other things because I like the concept of. She made her own way. She wrote a book about it. She had all these people killed to get where she wants. And I think it was a perfect place to end, of course, and wrapping around to her karaoke song with the One Way or Another, which is a perfect, again, like
one way or another. Exactly. One way or another, because it's like, she earned her promotion. Yes. She put in 8 years, and then it was taken away, but karma says that it's her due. It was due to her in some way or another, and in another way it was this. Yep. And it was like I didn't plan for it. I was just gonna get my promotion and be happy and everything's great. But no, curveball. Life will give you a curveball. Nothing ever works out the way you plan it to. But if you have a vision, then one way or another you can get it.
Yeah, exactly. which is kind of it's like a little bit of a sadistic ending because it's like. It's implying in a not very strong way that you have to make your own way and everybody else is in your way, which isn't necessarily true. But for a horror picture like this, that's the best way you could possibly do it because she literally and figuratively had to step on and kill people to get where she wanted to be, which is the ultimate corporate ladder. If you want to be the CEO, there's absolutely no chance in hell that you get to that position without pushing people aside. Mm-hmm. That's just impossible. Like, you can't do it. Like, because, unfortunately, as she says in the movie, frequently kindness is being taken advantage of and seen as weakness, which it isn't. Yeah. So I like that, and I wish they built on that a little bit more. Because for me, in my little heart, I wished for more like hope and kindness. But it's a horror movie, so what can I expect?
Some people have a limit. And to what kindness does, and then unfortunately the kindest people will often be the equally most ruthless.
Yep, which she clearly was. Once you're pushed to a point, like you said, the Bradley character is basically only a catalyst to push her into what she should be. Like he's unredeemable. He is a almost a nothing character. He's just a guy.
Without Bradley, you don't have a movie though.
No, exactly. No, if she was on the island alone, it'd be the most boring movie ever.
If dad was still alive, then blah blah blah.
And it's also implied. This is kind of an odd moment. It was also implied that she had a major hand in killing her husband. Which is an interesting backstory to paint for her.
Well, I mean, it's just her character. So like that's just naturally her character is like to say she will not enable until her kindness. So it was ruthless being like, okay, fine, you making your own decision right now, go ahead and take a drive. Here's another last drink. That is absolutely ruthless and something maybe the kindest person is capable of, just if they're pushed to their ultimate.
After being stuck in a marriage that's horrible for 10 years, you never know.
All right, fine. I'm done making your decisions for you. I'm done saying if you want to drive, here's another drink. Go ahead.
Yep. And that scene, it is wild. It was. I was shocked that they revealed that. That scene is probably like the keystone of the movie, because it also shows that he was a victim of circumstance in a way, where his parents, one was gone and one was horrible to him. So that was interesting, and it gave me a little bit of pause with his character, in the sense that you now understood him. And that's why I think the raft moment really frustrated me, because he's like, look, I'm opening up to you. I am this guy who is tortured. I had a horrible home life. Like, a monster was created, right? And now I have the opportunity to not be the monster, and then, I'm just gonna be the monster. It was a nature versus nurture moment that I thought the movie was gonna expand on, and it doesn't at all. Because it does, that moment for her is huge. Like you said, it shows who she is. Like, she's very kind, she's a very good person, but 10 years of a bad relationship, he might snap. And then in this case, 4 chances for this guy, you're probably going to snap if he keeps being this way. And then it doesn't do anything for him. But I will say, that moment between both of them, I really sealed the deal I was like, these two carried the movie completely, because they have to, but they were great. Rachel McAdams probably gave her best performance I've seen in any movie she's been in. She was so good. I loved her in this. And the moment where she's bathing in the waterfall was fantastic.
You can tell she had fun with that. She had so much fun making that. And that's what you like, and if anything else, but like to see an actor having fun doing something like that. Yeah. That's lots of good energy going into it. So, yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, she killed it. This whole, it works. It works.
She killed it. And Dylan O'Brien, too, the scene when he's paralyzed and his balls are about to get cut off, and he's just like, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot to talk about with the movie. Like, there's way more to talk about than Primate. Like, way more.
And what's it we watched last?
Mercy. Yeah, Mercy. Way more than Mercy. Mercy is a completely vapid, hollow shell of a AI movie. This one I want more of, like I said. Yeah. I really love ambitious movies. It's just and I would much prefer an ambitious failure than a movie that doesn't try, right? And I don't think this is a failure. I think this gets like 60% to where I feel like it could be.
So you've changed your mind a little bit.
Yeah. I coming out of it, I really disliked it. When I came out of the theater, I was like, it took so long to get to a point where it was interesting. And I still feel that way to an extent. But as I thought about it more, and as we gave it some time to sit on for a couple days, I was like, I see what it's going for. I can see the through line through the entire plot. It's just like, for me, especially in the second act, it was like this. It was like a roller coaster of, But it's very close to being a genuinely really great film for me. I think just that there's some like extra secret sauce in there or something that it's just kind of missing for me.
I understand. I find that watching movies is so much more fun when you're looking for meaning. Agreed. And when you find little nuggets that you can take it home with you and even talk about it and say how, like, what could it possibly mean for me to imagine myself in her shoes, for instance. And it's a good feeling when you can critique a movie and say like all the good and the bad that come in with it, but to feel what you can bring home with you.
I think that's the best way to wrap it up. Yeah. Well, any other final closing remarks on Send Help or the film industry at large?
Come film in New Mexico.
Yes. Oh, how was the shoot on Tuesday?
Oh, it's great. It's a lot of cool stuff happening here. Lots of movies in New Mexico. Let's go. Yes. Looking forward for more.
Yes.
2 more.
Come to New Mexico.